This clip of the Texas Bucket List is brought to you by Spirit of Texas Bank and Slovacek Sausage. Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, the show dedicated to everything there is to see, do, and experience right here in the Lone Star State. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and this week we are taking a serious trip back into time. We start things off in Bellville, where we'll visit a bakery that's been baking up its reputation through the years and is known for having some of the best baked goods in between 290 and I-10. But the baker at this bakery had a bigger vision than just building baked goods and cakes. In fact, he built himself a castle. Every morning, the streets of Bellville come alive as the county seat of Austin County gets to doing business. And one business on the busiest corner of Bellville has been baking up its reputation around the clock.
We have danishes and turnovers, kolaches.
Mike Newman built the bakery that bears his name back in 1983.
Cake donuts, yeast raised.
And business has been holding as steady as a hot, trusty oven.
A lot of people come out from Houston every weekend, and I like that.
Folks come from all over for a cup of coffee, some kolaches, or for a piece of pie that might be the prettiest you'll ever see.
Is the pie still steaming?
While most are here for breakfast, there are others who come here to go back in time to see one of Mike's creations that won't exactly fit in a glass case.
Oh, my castle?
He's not kidding. When you hear a baker talking about his castle, you might think he's a few donuts short of a dozen. It turns out this baker doesn't just build cakes, he built a castle.
Welcome to my humble abode. This is my house.
Just a few miles from town, you'll find Newman's Castle, and it is majestic. In the middle of the country, surrounded by a moat, you'll find this 3,400 square foot castle, and that's just the living space.
Built me a house out here in the country. It's not your typical Texas ranch house or mobile home. A bit different than that.
Different indeed. Mike's castle has all the bells and whistles that any other castle could want. I am scared of what is this, Mike?
Well, this is the medieval dungeon.
You should have to have a dungeon in the castle, huh?
You should need a dungeon you do need a dungeon in the castle. There might be some bad people that show up.
From an Iron Maiden, a bed of nails, shackles, and a stock, there's plenty of places to put young ones that might misbehave on a trip. Some of the means of torture can be downright cruel. Then there's the Great Hall, where you can partake in a murder mystery dinner.
At the moment, we're doing it every second weekend, Saturday nights. You come out here for that and you want to be part of the show. They will dress you up in a costume, give you a script, and you might be the person that gets murdered, but they bring you back to life.
When people come out here, it's a fantasy. You know, you forget about it, that you're living close to big cities and all that, and it's just it's a fun time just to be out here.
Sir Loin, as he's known, serves up dinner here at the castle, and he's really into the surroundings.
How often do you get to be able to walk a moat, walk across a drawbridge, have a sword?
Getting a chance to wield a sword puts smiles on several pint-sized knights each week.
I hereby dub you one and all to be knights for the day.
Mike welcomes groups to his castle just about every day, but there are some rules to follow.
Sword fighting is required by law 3 hours a day.
After getting the lay of the land from the Lord, the first demonstration involves an actual working...
To the trebuchet!
1, 2, 3.
Wow!
Then for the grand entrance, Mike literally rings the town bells.
Are y'all ready to come into the kingdom?
These are the moments Mike never thought about when building his castle brick by brick. His initial intentions were to keep this huge home all to himself, but something changed all of that.
Wanted to come out here in the afternoon and have my solitude. Well, I saw that it made people happy coming out here, and it kind of created in a lot of people a fresh vision that they could possibly do something themselves. I saw that happening in people, and I liked that response from people, so that was a good thing to go ahead and open it up and let people come out.
Then there's the chapel, the first part of the castle Mike completed. It's nothing fancy, just a few crucifixes, a Bible, and some pews. But this is the room Mike gets the most out of.
From a religious point of view, I love the Lord, and He's been good to me, and He's been a major inspiration in my life. And as a way to honor Him, this is why I built this first.
So this is the main living quarters.
Welcome. Come on in.
It's air conditioned.
Then there's the main portion of the house, castle. Mike's living quarters are fit for a king, thanks to a king-size kitchen, king-size bed, and king-size bathtub. It's a lot of kingdom for visitors to take in.
The place is totally cool. I'm really enamored with how much effort it must have put into building all of this.
Wouldn't expect something like this in Bellville, Texas.
I think it's so cool. I wish I had a castle like this too.
It reminds me of a really big kid who had some extra income and no wife to tell him no. So.
The parents ask him, "Did you have a good time at the castle?" And he says, "No, we didn't have a good time. We had a phenomenal time."
And that's Mike's crusade, providing phenomenal times to all of his subjects, and perhaps even more.
I've seen a lot of people come out here and just be re-inspired, thinking that they could do something themselves.